What type of pressure was it coming into with the bases loaded in the seventh inning? What type of pressure and how do you relax in that situation?
You just have to focus on getting outs. No matter like how you get them, you just have to get outs. Uh, the pressure, again, I just have to focus on the hitter, me and the catcher, and it's the hitter. Um, you kind of have to only look at who's at third base. So at the time, I think SJ was actually at third base. Am I right, SJ? Were you at
Yeah.
third? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think SJ was at third, Sasha was at second. So I knew I had some kind of speed on the corner, and I just have to get a ball inside the infield or somewhere really close, like really close to the outfield, like where the dirt and the grass meet. So I just know that I have to do my job. It's getting out.
So with one weekend down of play, what are your thoughts on the scoring system and the actual games?
You're asking me, or you're asking everybody?
Everybody, I'm sorry, if you would.
You take it, Jen.
I think it's interesting because, you could have the best player and lose 3 games and they'll be at the bottom of the, 56. So I think it just really accentuates the importance of team. And that's really cool because it could look from the outside that it's accentuating that of the individual, but it's not. It's going that, you know what, you need to win as a team
Hmm.
and you will be in the top of the 56 athletes for sure.
Agreed. Like pitching by committee here is so important. I think it's hard to like ride somebody. So I definitely think just the understanding the points with pitchers and stuff like that. It's been really interesting. It's been fun. I definitely think this is such a new way to play.
I'm just curious for both of you what that perspective has been like for the first weekend.
It's been it's been fun, like participating in a conversation that normally you don't have an opinion about. Normally they ask you like, "Hey, how do you feel? How are you doing?" And you just say good, but their decision is their decision. So it's been interesting being a part of that. I think that um, if you have a captain who's like a really aggressive in their approach and stuff like that, or you'll have a captain who wants the opinion of others. So I guess it just depends on the personality type of who gives you that like who cares about your opinion, I guess.
Um, with the inning incentives, the points and the monetary bonuses that are on the line each inning, does that change the mindset at all? Are you aware of kind of 7 mini games within one larger game?
Honestly, it's like yes and no. I think part of it is just, hey, let's go out and win the inning. And you hear that even outside of this way of playing ball. You hear that in college, you hear that in travel ball. Let's go out and win the inning. And now we just get rewarded for it. So I think you go along the same lines of that same mentality of let's go out and win the inning. If we win every inning, we win the game. So I think that's kind of where yes, you're focused on it, but I don't think it's because of anything like, oh, well, we win money. It's just, let's go and win the inning because ultimately we want to win here. Every single athlete, all 56 of us, we want to win. And so now it's just there's more chances to win.
Actually, I wanted to, I think Sahvanna's still on with us. I wanted to ask from your perspective, like the waning moments of that game, bottom of the seventh, what was that like in the dugout for your team?
We didn't expect to just come out there and make the game close. We wanted to just push one run across and then win the inning, but then we found momentum and we kind of took that and ran with it. And Tully came in and did her thing and shut us down. But for a minute there, I was like, man, this is getting exciting, and I think that this can happen with any team because again, we're all so good. So it's really entertaining to just be on teams like that.
When you're in the zone like you were tonight, when do you start feeling that? Is it before the game? Is it during the game?
I think it goes during the game. My warm up, I've been able to shorten it the older I've gotten. As Graham wanted to point out, I've been around for a long time. So I've learned how to kind of tailor my warm up a little bit, but and my warm up was fine. It just wasn't. Some days I know I'm super sharp, and it was good. I knew I've had enough to get us in and out of innings, but probably about even in the first, I felt really comfortable early, and then after the second, I still felt pretty good, even though I put 2 on. And so it was after the second, I was like, all right, let's roll. And Gwen and I really just got in a rhythm. The team got in a rhythm as far as being able to put some runs on the board, get on and off the field. Defense worked when they put the ball in play. So probably about the third inning is when I think the zone kind of hit, and I just kind of went on autopilot and didn't think too much and threw what Gwen called.
Thank you. Now, for either Kat or any of the other athletes too, have you guys had a chance to look at social media over the weekend? The fans, the outpouring of love for you guys is crazy good. The fans view this as a major success for you guys. Have you had a chance to see any of that?
Katya, you want to take it?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's just awesome to see how this new league is like growing already. And it just started. And just seeing everybody just watching and basically supporting us, and just us being able to show them the game, and being out there again.
You've gone from being players, now you've got this responsibility of drafting. Is there anything you learned from the first draft, and have you at all thought of how you might approach this?
Yeah, I benefited being a captain the very first scrimmage, so I put a plan in place the first scrimmage that I thought was pretty good. We didn't win, but I had a pretty good team, what we thought on paper. But I think just having seen some people play, I have an idea of the route I want to go. Unfortunately, Vic's always in my top choices, and she won't be on the board this time. But yeah, I mean, I have an idea, so. And I've been helping Jessie draft her team the last 2 weeks, so I've been kind of her little co-pilot, so to speak.
Victoria, what do you think?
Yeah, so I did mock. So I'm on the player executive committee, so I've been a part of mock drafts. Yeah. But the real thing has proven to be much more impactful, and things can really go wrong if you don't pay attention. So I was already starting to think in the 6th or 7th inning. I didn't know that I was going to be the second captain, so I'm really fired up about that. I think we learned a lot from this first week. The importance of elite pitching. Our team had Kat and Alicia Ocasio, who both threw gems, which just kind of let the offense do what we needed to do without a lot of pressure on us. So pitching is huge, and then clutch hitting. Hitters that can hit all sorts of pitching that are dynamic have really proven, and good defense. So you're really looking for well-rounded players, and there were a lot of really good performances. And so I don't know if the points will necessarily match up with some of the performances we saw, but it's going to be really tough trying to put a team together, especially we have really high expectations after this first week.